What's up, Scotty?
How's it going, Rob? You doing all right, buddy?
Good, bud. How you doing? Beautiful day, ain't it?
Looks like one of them days them old million bite.
I hope it is. Good luck to you, man.
You too, brother.
What's up, everybody? Out here on Tim's Ford Lake today, December 23rd, second day of winter. I'm gonna try to do a little bass fishing today, show y'all a little bit what we're looking at here. We got a south wind going today. You can see the lake's down pretty good ways here. I think it's about 50. I think it's all the way down. They usually drop this lake down about 15 feet for winter pool, and I'm pretty sure that that's exactly where it's at right now. So she's all the way down, real low. But this time of the year, I like to come up here. I like to scout. It's a good time of the year to just get out here and look for stuff that you're probably going to be fishing in the summertime when the lake's back up. But a day like today, you got cloud cover, you got probably a 5 to 10 mile per hour south wind coming in here. I feel like it's going to be a good day. All right, guys, I don't know how well you'll be able to see these units here. I'm kind of just playing around with my setup with the camera and everything. So I'm not really sure how well you can see that, but if you look here at the map, you can see that there's a channel bend right here, and that's that pocket I was showing you guys earlier. The wind's blowing, you know, back in this direction here, so that's where we're going to start at. Don't be afraid when you're up here on a day like today, and like I was saying earlier, the water temperature is in the low 50s, but it's 60 degrees out here. Don't be afraid, especially when you got wind like this pushing up in these pockets. Don't be afraid to get back here real shallow, because it will amaze you how shallow these fish will get this time of year. I mean, they'll get back here in nothing. So definitely get back in here and try it. All right, I didn't even feel that fish bite. Just I just swapped to that chick magnet because I was throwing a DT6 and it just started getting shallow. That's not a big fish, but I mean it's a bite. Brush pile out there. Again, they're not big, but it's a sign. There's a old bass on the chick magnet. Again, back here in one of these pockets, got some wind blowing in it. Seems to be working. This old fish here's got a blind in one eye, it looks like. Another little pocket here, another little bass. Ain't catching no good ones today, but I am catching a lot of these little guys here. Jig fish right there. I think that's a jig son. Big smallmouth. Get up in here, big boy. Yes, sir. Nice one right there. Just a ball jig. I've got the skirt trimmed up there around the head, so it's it's just more finesse style fishing. This color skirt, it's a dirty jig skirt. I think it's called Alabama Crawl. Real important when you're fishing around these stumps and brush that you trim this weed guard and just flare it out. If you do that, you're not going to get hung near as much. And again, you guys, X-Zone finesse crawl right there. That's a green pumpkin. I like to take and put a little bit of chartreuse on those claws right there. Not much, just something to give it a little flash. But another one. That's a keeper largemouth. Good largemouth right there. That's a keeper, and I don't know. He's probably a little over 2 pounds. Not a real big one, but. That's 2 fish I've caught right there. Y'all look at that bank right there. It's just flat. It's flat and it's mud, but you get right in this little area right here and there's gravel. Right there in that little swing around that point, right off in this right here. It's gravel. There's some stumps in there. Got wind blowing in here. That's 2 fish I've caught back to back on that jig. See if we can get 3 in a row. There he is. Oh, he dropped it. Dropped it right when I went to set the hook. There's definitely some more fish in there. That wind's hitting that point perfect. And they're up there close to the bank, real close. Now that smallmouth, he thumped that jig. That largemouth, I went to pick up and my line was moving. So you really got to pay attention with a jig. There's another bite, there's another fish. There he is. Another good one. Another big largemouth. smallmouth. Another big smallmouth. I'm calling them big because I don't catch a lot of them. He's not a keeper. There was another one up there and I missed him. There's so many stumps and big rocks down in there that I don't know. I have a hard time telling sometimes whether it's a fish or I'm coming over a stump. So he never felt me. He just dropped it right when I got ready to set the hook. There he is again. A little bitty guy that time. There's an old big one. Pretty good largemouth right there. Three-pounder. Good little largemouth. Show you how simple this is. You get 5 to a pack of these, and they're, I think I get these off Tackle Warehouse, but they're super cheap. You can probably make a jig for you know, a couple dollars at the most. But so first thing I like to do is fold it in half and make sure that my band's in the center or close to it. This one's got some orange in it, so I want that orange to be on the bottom. So just make sure when you thread it on there before you push it up onto the collar there that you've got it oriented the way you want it. These jigs have a keeper, then they have the collar. Something else I like about them, they hold your plastic really well. So slide it up on there like so. I mean, it's a great jig like that, but what I like to do in the wintertime, and I'll do this sometimes in the summertime too, is take that jig, get all your strands that are in front of the collar, like so. I'm going to hold them up here like so. I'm just going to hold them right above the head. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on them. I'm just going to hold them there, and I'm going to take my scissors and just cut it like that. And then you're going to end up with a jig that looks something like this. I'm going to make sure that the remaining jig there, I don't want it very long. So I usually like to just hold it there and just Me personally, I trim it in like a small V, something like that. And that's your jig. The crawls I was using today, see if I can find the exact one I was using. This is them right here. Egg Zone lures. These are a muscleback finesse crawl. Again, I like these things because the claws on these are made with a floating plastic, and I've tested them before, and they're legit. The claws will actually float on them. I'll take and cut off, you know, a couple of bands there. I've done this, put so many of these together. It's just, I know where to cut them at. But what you want is, you want your hook to come out right there at the end of the body. Right. I want this jig to be as compact as possible. You know, once I do that, I'm going to, with any bait, you know, you want to make sure you get it right in the center. You get it off to the side, and that jig's just, it's not gonna, it's gonna fall over on its side, or it's just not gonna look natural coming through the water. Push it up on there. You know, again, that's what I want. I want that hook coming right out the very end of that jig, right in the middle. Then I'll take chartreuse spike it marker, and I'm just going to come out here to the very tips of the claws, and I'm just going to, you know, hit it just a little bit. I don't like a lot of chartreuse. I like just a little bit. And do that, you'll save yourself some money, guys. You can easily make jigs for under a couple of dollars a piece, and that's a quality jig right there. It's got a great hook in it. This is a finesse jig, but they sell, you know, pretty much any type of jig you could want. So football jigs, I buy my football jigs from them in bulk. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I just, you know, it's a good deal, and I just want to pass that on, especially with jigs, because if you're like me and you fish a jig, if you fish a jig in places where jigs are meant to be fished, you're gonna go through a few. So save yourself some money. Get online. Lure parts online. Round head finesse jig. Rig it just like that, and catch the fish. Good luck to y'all.